millions of dollars in prize pools, hundreds of thousands of fans filling up arenas. Internet celebrities are making their living playing this game. What seemed impossible to the gaming community is now totally feasible with Global Offensive. My name is Taco, and you're watching Valve Guides. This video is brought to you by CSGO Empire, today's leading site for fun CSGO gambling and entertainment. It is one of the safest and most convenient places to play. You deposit your skins and place bets on one of 3 coins you think will win. Build up your numbers and withdraw better skins than what you started with. Check out the link in the description below for more details. Over the past 4.5 years since its release, Counter-Strike Global Offensive has continued to grow and thrive constantly, attracting a larger fan base every day. In terms of video games, Counter-Strike has one of the longest legacies as a series, and every new version continues to push the boundaries and excite players around the globe. Today we are delving into why we think that Global Offensive is the most important Counter-Strike game ever made.
CSGO has right in this moment the chance to experience its most competitive era of high-level play ever witnessed.
There is a reason the community has seen so much growth over these past years. This isn't a fluke for Valve. CSGO is a carefully crafted amalgamation of everything a shooter should be. They have fine-tuned it over the years, catering to fan input and sometimes even taking it further than many fans could ever hope for. First, let's have a refresher course on what the previous installments of the series did to cement Global Offensive's spot as one of the all-time greats.
It may just be destined to be, and it's Luminosity winning their first major championship.
As many of you know, Counter-Strike as a series has a long history, which we touched on in a recent video, which can be found here. We aren't here for another history lesson today. Instead, we are going to discuss what truly made these games great. The main thing that previous installments did to help Global Offensive reach its spot at the top of many players' hearts is change how we view FPS games. Because of the technicalities Valve brought forth in the movement and shooting mechanics of the game, they raised the skill ceiling of the game higher than any FPS games have ever taken it. The difference between a great player and an amazing player is huge in CS. Aim, movement, game sense, map knowledge, and teamwork all come into play. Having such a wide range of skill levels and ability challenges players to try their best at improving, and there's always a sense of growth. This is one thing that makes players so addicted to Counter-Strike. Nothing beats knowing you have improved over time and realizing how much better your overall playing has gotten. The other thing that previous CS games taught everyone was that slower-paced, more methodical gameplay in FPS games is still insanely fun, and a whole different feel than fast, run-and-gun shooters like TF2 or Unreal Tournament. With the aspects of these older titles in mind, let's now take a look at why Global Offensive is truly the most important release for Counter-Strike yet. The first and most glaringly obvious point to be made about CSGO is growth.
Counter-Strike is the game that launched esports in a big way, and is still the most played FPS of all time.
Think back to 5 years ago. If you didn't play Counter-Strike and someone asked you about it, you wouldn't really know much. You would probably know that it was a shooting game, but beyond that, it would be a mystery. For most gamers now, Counter-Strike is known for exactly what it is: an incredibly technical first-person shooter with a huge following and dank skins. Yes, skins are a huge part of growth for the series as well, but we'll get to that later. For now, let's take a look at numbers. CSGO is constantly the second most played game on Steam. Its current users is often higher than some average user counts that other games get in a month. It is only trumped by Dota 2, which is another huge esports game that is obviously huge in its own right. By looking at Steam charts data on the game, you can see it has almost non-stop growth since release and doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. CSGO is also almost always in the top 5 games being streamed on Twitch. Back in 2014, getting 500,000 viewers on a grand finale match would be insane. Nowadays, you expect that level of viewership in a group stage match days before the final even happens.
Over 10,000 fans here to watch 10 people play Counter-Strike.
Speaking of streaming and majors, easily viewable is another reason we believe Global Offensive is important. Valve has meticulously crafted the design of the game to help cater a newer, uneducated viewer while still being fun to watch for the most seasoned veterans. When it comes to Dota and League, while they are amazing games, without much knowledge about them, they're kind of hard to understand to a viewer. With Global Offensive, you have all the information laid out before you, and you can have a pretty accurate idea of what's going on at all times. This is why companies like Buffalo Wild Wings are taking a liking to competitive CSGO. During E-League, Buffalo Wild Wings played all of the matches on their TVs during normal operation. Seeing CSGO juxtaposed against football and basketball was strange at first, but made sense when you realized at their core, they have the exact same traits that attract viewers. The information is laid out right in front of you, so at a glance, you can get a full idea of what's going on and who is beating who. You can also watch in awe as people take their hobby or the sport that you enjoy to levels you never thought imaginable. Seeing NFL players make insane plays at a level of athleticism you couldn't imagine reaching is the same as seeing pro CS players hitting shots that you would whiff every single time.
There's Cold. Oh, what? A jumping double from Cold!
strange, seeing people playing at that upper echelon elevates the viewing experience and makes it more exciting in every way imaginable. Alongside this, the incredibly high production value that companies are bringing to the table with CSGO majors and broadcasting is astonishing. You have amazing gameplay, smooth camera work, and the best casters in the business announcing the game's every move.
Just that, like we're saying, it's not always about the ingredients, it's about how do they mix together, how do they complement each other.
It all works so well together that you can't help but be glued to your screen for every single round of the game. The final reason of this game's importance is the economy it has created. Yes, you knew we would take it here. With an in-game economy as big as CSGO's, you can't not talk about it in a video about its importance for the franchise. While some players might not like the addition of skins to CS, it is one of the main things that has helped skyrocket the community and the game as a whole. Thousands of dollars in transactions are happening every minute, and there's no end in sight. New skins are added all the time, and with that, insanely high price tags are being placed on skins as well. People are betting and winning enough in skins that if sold could buy a car. Some people could buy very nice cars with their inventories, but choose not to sell. Because they are such a polarizing factor in the game, it is often more fun to show off and flex your nice items instead of pocketing some cash. Trying to explain skin trading and selling to someone out of the loop makes you sound insane, but it's really one of those driving forces of the digital economy. Valve and the community are proving to everyone that non-physical, seemingly useless items can be insanely valuable to some, and many will spill their hard-earned cash for some sweet skin goodness.
So from 5,000, literally managed to win back half the value.
With all of these factors in mind, it is asinine to believe that any game in the Counter-Strike series so far has been more important than Global Offensive. It is one of the most polarizing titles in the FPS genre and gaming as a whole, and will remain that way for a long time. As stated previously, there really does seem to be no end in sight for this game, as hundreds of thousands are playing every day, many of whom are actively involved in the game's huge trading economy. That wraps up today's video. If you agree Global Offensive is the most important title for Counter-Strike so far, leave a like. Hit subscribe as well to stay up to date on everything CSGO. If you want to get in on some free giveaways, hit us up on our Twitter account @UltraGuides. And a special thanks to our sponsor, CSGO Empire, for making this video possible. Today's leading site for fun CSGO gambling and entertainment. It is one of the safest and most convenient places to play. You deposit your skins and place bets on one of 3 coins you think will win. Build up your numbers and withdraw better skins than what you started with. Check out the link in the description below for more details. Thanks for remaining until the very end of the video. If you stuck around this long, comment on the impact CSGO has had for you. Hopefully it's not just a cause for grief and salt. My name is Taco, and I will see you in the next one.